Hello there, running ears. It's Manny, and yes, I'm wearing the shirt and the ears. Now, I'm gonna admit to this. You guys wear the ears a lot better than I do, but I said I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna recap what just went on this past weekend. I hope you guys are, you're resting fine. You're refreshing. You're getting better. You're ready to go. Hopefully, some of you I know are going to be going to Princess in a month and a half. And then Springtime Surprise, and we got Disneyland is a month away from registration, so we got a lot going on. But before that, I wanted to give a recap of what happened this past weekend. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So first off, I wanted to thank you guys. Guys, we're over 500 subscribers. A couple people reached out to me, said congratulations. I'm excited. I'm just so glad that I can share my experiences, what I've learned through my experiences with you guys. You guys actually, you motivate me. And so I wanted to say thank you very much, but keep on subscribing. Again, we want to get to 1,000 sooner or later, but I'm one of those baby steps here, baby steps here. We've done pretty good. Guys, just keep subscribing, keep asking questions, keep interacting. Please, I try to do my best to answer all your questions, to interact with everybody. And let's get to the topic, because I basically already started this video, which is the things that happened this weekend, some bad things that happened this weekend, and usually there's no ugly. We had one ugly, and I'll get right to that at the end, but we're going to start off with the great. So the great starts with you guys. You guys were fantastic on and off the course. I got to meet some people on the course. I got to meet people off the course. I get to hang out with some of you guys at Epcot, just out in Magic Kingdom. It was so cool to see you guys, hang out with you guys, get on rides with you guys. This is what it's all about. When people ask me why I keep doing this year after year, I keep thinking about it. Why am I doing it? That's why I'm doing it, because my Run Disney family is expanding and expanding and expanding. And from what I read on social media, so is yours. A lot of you people have met people out there who are now going to become lifelong friends. It's amazing. It's something that's magical. I know we state that over and over and over again, but it is something that's magical, and it comes from you guys. Just remember, all the magic starts and finishes with you guys, because you bring it out, you attract us in, and it just continues going on, and it continues growing. And I wanted to thank you guys. That, to me, was one of the greats. Another one of the greats, and I actually saw this on social media too, and I posted on social media, the volunteers. The volunteers, please guys, always, 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 and I want to make it a habit that we are going to say thank you. I remember getting to one water stop, Gatorade water stop, Powerade water stop, and I was trying to say thank you, but people were thanking around me so much that I couldn't speak, and I said, this is actually a good thing, because usually I'm the only one thanking, and now all of a sudden, people are stepping up and they're thanking them. And I even stop and chit-chat with some of them, and I tell them how appreciated they are, and I even give them details of what I've seen them do, and so forth and so on. And they always say, thank you for making my day. And I said, no, you made mine first. Of course, it's just payback, and it's a good thing. So guys, we're going to make it a habit of thanking every volunteer that we can. It's impossible. We're going to be tired and forget sometimes. But you know what? You're doing a fantastic job, guys. And I wanted to say that's another great, the volunteers. Another great, another inspiring story. The disabled runners, the runners with disabilities, and I passed up quite a few of them, and I make it, and if you watch the videos, I make it a habit to say, you're doing a great job, continue going. I had some interactions with them, some on videos, some off videos, and it was, it's so awesome. It's so inspiring, because a lot of these people, have trouble walking, and they're out there doing this. So guys, somebody said about inspiration. How do I get inspiration? Get inspiration from these people, because you know what? They've been told many, many times they can't do it. They won't be able to do it. They're not going to finish. Guess what? They do. So guys, those of us who are abled should be able just to go out there and enjoy this and draw inspiration from these people. Disabled people that are running with disabilities at Disney, you guys are amazing. You guys add to the great. Another group is the cast members. On a bigger scale, they actually were out there trying to help us. They were cheering us on. There was at times where they were the only ones there, and they were our biggest cheerleaders. I love the cast members. If you ever hear me talking about them, I back them 100%. Are they always perfect? No, but they are human. So you got to remember, it's reciprocal also. We treat them well, they're going to treat us back pretty well too. So guys, again, thank your cast members out there. They're out there getting up early, just like the volunteers. Some of them at 1 o'clock in the morning. Some of them don't sleep that much, and they get there, to make sure that we're okay. And so thank the cast members. That's another one of the greats. And let's continue on. So guys, the cheerleaders on the sideline, the people that are cheering us, they are all fantastic. They are great. Everybody who knows me knows how much I feel about the people that are cheering us. The cheer squad, that's actually pretty good with the EAR in the middle. So they are fantastic. So I actually said this because last year, for this run, when we were signing up, there was a big fiasco. And a lot of people got mad. They started putting stuff on social media. And it was really a Debbie Downer at that time. I was sitting there going like, oh, I can't believe I'm reading this kind of stuff. And there was, there was one person that I saw this weekend, and I want to draw him out because he has been an icon of the runDisney community. And he did something that I actually said. I said, I was lucky enough to get into the Dopey Challenge. He did not get into the Dopey Challenge, but got into the marathon. Guess what? He showed up on Saturday and was cheering us on. Yes, I'm talking about the puppet runner. He was out there, and I was so honored to meet him. If you're watching this video, thank you for being out there, and thank you for being the model of excellence. Just because you went out there, even though you didn't get in, you went out there and you cheered for us. You were leading by example, and that's what I want you guys to do. People ask me all the time, what's going to happen? And one of these days, I'm not going to get into a run. My goal is to still show up early and go and cheer you guys on. You want to know why? Because we're one community. And just remember that. Just remember that we're one community. Running, Puppet Runner, you are amazing. You are great. You're one of the, on my list of great, you were one of the ones I had to put on there because what you did was leading by example. I'm sitting here in awe of you. I think that's awesome. And that's it for that one. But again, thank you, Puppet Runner. And let's move on. Okay, another one that I thought was great, and a lot of people took this for granted, especially if you've been running runDisney events for a while. I got excited about this. There was a lot of character stops. I thought for the 5K, the 10K, and the half, the lines were super long. At times for the marathon, they weren't as long. That was except for Dopey at mile marker 12. But besides that, I thought it was fantastic. You see some characters that you hardly ever see in the parks that were out there. You're taking pictures with them. But I think Disney did. I'm going to give Disney an A+ on this one because they went out and they actually had extra characters out there, which I thought was amazing. Also, I thought runDisney and Disney did a really good job because the weather was a little off, especially on Sunday. And they got hot pretty quickly. But man, did they do a good job of adding, or it seemed like they added more water stops. They actually had two places to get bananas. The first place ran out. The second place had extras. They actually were trying to give me 2 at one point. The first one, I was able to get 1. Guys, if you're ever in that situation, what I did was I was one of the last ones to get a banana. I turned around and I saw people were struggling, so I actually started cutting it into pieces and I gave people bananas. So guys, remember, we're one team. So that was, but I thought that was a good thing that Disney did. They added more stations so that you guys can be hydrated and fed and stayed on the course. And the last thing that I thought was great was, if you notice, there was more porta potties. To me, it's always better to run to go to the potty inside the parks because they seem to be a little bit cleaner and stuff. But I actually saw more porta potties, and there was always somebody there, and there was usually 8 to 10 of them, and he would say, all right, next 1, okay, next 5 just open, and they seemed to go a lot better than it had in the past. I thought that was great also. So this is the end of what I thought was great. Guys, did you see anything that I missed and something that you want to put down on the comment list? Please put it out, because, again, I'm just one runner. I didn't see everything, so that's the great. So the good news is the great is the longest list. The bad is a shorter list, but we still have bad. The first one is something nobody can control, and that was the weather on Sunday. After a while, it started getting muggy. It started getting hot. It really was wearing people down. As I was running through the medical stations, I saw more and more people sitting down. Basically, we're out of the run. I saw a couple of people on the side on their knee. So I knew that a lot of people dropped out because of the weather. Guys, that's something that Disney cannot control. You can't control it either. The only thing that you can do is try to keep as hydrated as possible. Be as smart with your pace. But again, that was something that was bad. And it can get worse going forward. But remember, it's no longer marathons. It's 5Ks, 10Ks, and half marathons. The 5Ks and 10Ks is going to be mainly in the dark, so you should be okay. The half marathons might be the ones where you might struggle a little bit, but that's a good thing moving forward. Another one that people might consider bad is the virtual queue. I didn't find it that bad. I got in pretty quickly, but even talking to a lot of people around me, most people that I interacted with got 60 and later on. So by that time, stuff was missing. Was there still stuff on eBay being sold? Yes, there was. I'm going to say this. You're never, ever going to be able to get rid of resellers. Can you slow them down? Yes. They've set up some speed bumps. I did talk to somebody who actually had a marvelous, fantastic idea. It's not going to sit well with everybody, but I'm going to be talking about that in the near future because obviously we have another expo in about a month and a half. But the virtual queue I thought was okay. Now I can see why it was bad for some people. Again, I'm not against the virtual queue. I just think we need some tweaking here and there. But besides that, again, I put it under bad because a lot of people thought it was bad. But again, I thought it was one of those tweeners. Now I'm going to get to the actual bad. Number one is, and I didn't get an answer on this, but the volunteer passes. From my understanding is there's still only half a day. If there is a volunteer out there, please put it in the comments down below. I'll try to also put it out on social media to make sure because I do want to, if this is the case, I do want to start some kind of petition so that you guys can get a full day at Disney. And I think with a lot of the changes that we saw starting yesterday, it might go back to that. I hope it does. And I hope just Disney do the right thing. Give them a full day pass. These people are out there for 8 hours, and they're there 1 o'clock in the morning and sometimes even staying later. And they're the reasons why these runs are successful. So guys, Disney, do the right thing. But again, if it is still a half-day pass, that's bad. Another bad that I heard, and I saw it on social media, and then it was confirmed because I was able to talk to some of the disabled runners. Disabled runners usually start in the A group because they need more time, especially to finish the race, especially the longer ones. From my understanding is they moved them to the beginning of Corral B. And their reasoning was, I was given this reason that some of them had dogs. So they had canines who were running with them and that they were scared of the fireworks. So they somehow or another had to put them back in a certain area. That's what caused that. I still think you can manage it and let them go early. I am one of those saying I will sacrifice my spot for a disabled athlete out there because you know what? They're struggling. And again, I go back to the thing that I say is great about them. They're trying twice as hard as we are. And so to put them further out back is not a good thing, Disney. It's not a good look, too, if these people can't finish. To me, it would look fantastic if you gave them every single opportunity to finish that course. And guys, if you look at them, they are determined to finish that course. Even if you put them in the final corral, you see the determination on their face. Guys, they are better deserving. So I'm putting it under bad because I do still think that they should start up forward, closer to Corral A, the beginning of everything. I'm fine with that. So guys, that's another thing that I consider that was bad this weekend. And then the last bad thing that I saw was running etiquette. Guys, there was a lot of injuries. I got to witness 2 people during the half marathon fall down. During the marathon, I saw people who had already fallen and had bloodied up and everything. The one that I saw, for a fact, the one that I saw, she kicked a lip, and so that was her fault, and so, or not her fault, but it was an accident. So she kicked the lip and fell down. She was actually fine. We caught up to her later on, talked to her, and she said she was fine. She did have some cuts on her hands, but she fell. She was fine. I saw a guy run, and actually I saw the aftermath because he basically hit a curb, and so his ankle turned, it rolled, and it was a pretty bad roll. Now, it led me to think that, and something that I read online was a lot of the bad running etiquette where people were crossing and so forth and so on caused runners to have to step wrong, and that's what caused injuries. So going back to running etiquette, one of the other reasons that we talk about running etiquette is for runner safety. So remember this is not just your race. If it takes you 3 or 4 seconds to go around somebody instead of cutting in front of somebody, most of the time that is not going to affect whether you're going to get caught by the balloon ladies. And I doubt it if you're running that far back that it's going to be a PR unless it's your first run. So guys, just, be nice to everybody and think of running etiquette. Guys, I'm going to translate this. If this was a highway, congested highway, there would have been multiple accidents all over the place with a lot of injuries. So guys, just think to yourself, and I'm going to do a video, and actually I'm trying to think about doing a professional video, sending it out to Disney, giving them ideas, and hopefully, this will get better. Because what I saw this weekend overall, and again, I can't even hide it because I'm recording the runs, and so if you guys watch the videos, you'll see a lot of people just stop, then raise their hand. Guys, I completely understand because by this time, a lot of times at mile 18, 19, 20, you're tired. You don't want to raise your hand and stuff. So what I always do is, and this is going to become more of what I am going to try to teach, look over both of your shoulders, because even if you're tired and you raise your hand afterward, at least if you go to a clearing and you raise your hand afterward, you're still not getting in somebody's way. They still have time to turn if they need to. But guys, let's be kind to each other. But again, that is the last of the bad. And I do have one ugly. So guys, you know that I record the runs, and I happen to be in Corral E for the marathon. And I was not recording, but I ended up recording something that I have not put up online. And this is something that I found ugly, and it escalated to the point, if you guys haven't heard yet, in Corral F, they had already closed. Remember, by 4:30 they close the corrals. Disney is actually very, very forgiving. So most of the time, if you get there at 4:45, 4:50, even a little bit after that, they do allow you to go to your corral if you're in A, B, C, D, E, and you don't have to stay in F. So what I heard, it was after 5 o'clock, I heard some screaming and yelling, so I turned to my left because I was standing right by the gate, and I can see a lady screaming and yelling at the cast member saying she was in C. She needed to go up there. The cast member said it was closed. The lady ended up moving a little bit further back. She jumped the fence, started running to C. That led to a lot more stuff. And what I caught on video was people breaking the barricade, just running. I even had some people behind me in E go, the heck with it. If they're doing it, I'm doing it too. So they started jumping the fence, started running over to D and C. And I know some people commented that saying, hey, what are all these people from F and E coming into C from? And they're just jumping the fence trying to get in. And again, that to me is bad. Now the ugly. I saw somebody, a guy, he was trying to get past the barricade. A cast member, a female, was holding onto the barricade. He picked it up and kind of threw it at her. She was able to hold it back, so she did not get hurt. Thank God. I was actually prepared to jump over and start running to help her, but what was worse was he seemed to lunge at her in anger, and he had to be held back by 2 guys. When they held him back, they moved him back, and then they ran off, and then they got into another corral. But guys, that is, to me, that is just unacceptable, and you cannot hurt somebody else. This is not what runDisney is about. This is not what the Running Years is about. And guys, this was ugly. When I saw this, I was shaking my head going like, I cannot believe what I'm witnessing. And to be honest with you guys, if I wouldn't have seen it for myself, I would have just thought people were exaggerating. I thought, maybe a little confrontation here, screaming and yelling and stuff. But when somebody gets physical, that's crossing the line. And guys, I wasn't the only one that witnessed it. A lot of people saw it, and some people even said that they saw the guy on the course and were going to tell him something, but they didn't want to get into an argument. But guys, this has got to be the last time that something like this happens. And guys, going back to running etiquette, guys, I understand that sometimes things happen and you get there a little bit later, but it does not excuse that you start jumping over barricades, start taking control of the situation yourself, and this is not a control situation. You're trying to just make the situation about you, and then you start these problems, and so these problems persisted. This is not Disney's fault. This is something that we ourselves need to take care of within ourselves. I was happy in Corral E. I was in Corral E, and I was towards the back of Corral E, and I had no problems being there. As a matter of fact, I had more fun getting to know the people that were back there, getting to know their backstory and stuff. There's nothing wrong with starting a little bit later and so forth. I mean, again, I understand the fear of the balloon ladies and stuff, but that's why I tell people, run with me. You'll lose that fear. You're just going to have fun with this. So guys, I want to stop with the ugly because that wasn't fun. But you know what? We have a lot of stuff coming up. And next week, I'm going to talk about what's going on in the next month and a half. We have Disneyland registration coming up in about a month. We got Princess Half Marathon Weekend coming in about a month and a half. Guys, we have a lot of stuff going on, so I'm going to be covering a lot of stuff going on. There's people who are asking questions. Can you do a video about this? I'm going to try to accommodate as much as I can. So I'm going to continue going on, continue asking your questions. Guys, did you see anything? We already went for the good. Did you see anything bad? Did you see anything ugly? And I hope you guys didn't see anything ugly. I hope you guys had a great experience. But guys, any comments down below? What do you guys want to see for the next month and a half? I will actually do another video on how to sign up like I usually do. And guys, with that said, I've already rambled on long enough, guys. Thank you so much. Again, I'm going to say thank you guys directly. You guys, I wish I could say names, but I always feel like I'm going to forget a name or two. And that's why I don't do it, but you guys know because I answer you guys. I talk to you on the course. I talk to you guys off the course. And you guys are so much appreciated. And with that said, guys, I want you to create a magical run and create a magical day and see you sooner than later.